What's going on, you guys? Welcome back here to another video on the channel. We have some major Dragon Ball Sparking Zero news here today in regards to whether or not we will have Dragon Ball GT incorporated in the Sparking Zero roster. Now, Dragon Ball GT, we all know, is probably one of the most highly expected characters with Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and obviously Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. All three of these characters, as well as other side characters that was incorporated in the original Budokai Tenkaichi series, played a massive role in those games. So I think it's very crucial that they add Dragon Ball GT characters to Sparking Zero, especially if they're trying to base this around the Budokai Tenkaichi series. But with all that being said, let's go ahead and dive into what we have here today. So shout out to Dragon Ball Sparking Zero on Twitter. I'll leave a link to their page down in the description below so you guys can go check them out. But it says Sean Schemmel has recorded Super Saiyan 4 dialogue for Sparking Zero. The time has come. So if you guys are wondering what that means, so recently there was this Dragon Ball sort of panel where a lot of the Dragon Ball voice actors or the English dub voice actors got together and they were answering questions, Dragon Ball basic questions, and someone asked a specific question to Sean Schemmel, who is the voice actor of Goku and King Kai and other characters within the series, but they asked him a specific question in regards to Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, and I'm not going to explain what he has to say. I'm going to let you guys hear exactly what he said himself.
But the tricky part, and I got to give Damon Mills some credit here because he's been directing me on this last game we've been working on, and keeping track of, I didn't realize that subtly changing the voice for every single form was going to bite me in the ass later, and so keeping track of all that for like Super Saiyan 4, Super Saiyan 3, God Mode Red Hair, God Mode, and it's all real subtle different things, and so Damon has just been on top of just keeping all my references, everything in line, going through, making sure everything's right, really nitpicking it. It's a very challenging thing to do, but it's easy to solve as long as you keep vocal references around.
So if you guys did hear what he had to say, he did say Super Saiyan 4. When he was talking about the recordings for the characters that he did specifically, he was talking about Super Saiyan 4, Super Saiyan 3, the Red God, Super Saiyan Blue, whatever. So there could be a few things. He may or may not have just let it slip. Maybe he just said like random transformations off the top of his head, and maybe he wasn't really thinking straight when answering this question, and Super Saiyan 4 may or may not be confirmed. Again, take everything that I'm saying with a grain of salt. Do not ever assume that this is confirmed until it's actually said by the official Sparking Zero website or the official Dragon Ball games page. But let's say hypothetically that he actually did record Super Saiyan 4 dialogue for Sparking Zero, then this would confirm one or two things: that we could be still getting Super Saiyan 4 incorporated in the Dragon Ball Sparking Zero roster, or it could just be incorporated into DLC. Either way, if what he's saying is true, that means Super Saiyan 4 or Dragon Ball GT characters will in fact be in Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Now, when it comes to Dragon Ball GT being added to Sparking Zero, right, again, we have no confirmation about it. We may or may not be getting more trailers on Dragon Ball Sparking Zero character rosters. So they could do a GT trailer, they could be doing an OG Dragon Ball trailer. I think those kinds of trailers would be really good to do and distinct in themselves. So we do have a line of GT characters that we can expect for the game, and we can also expect a line of OG Dragon Ball characters that we can expect for the game. But either way, it could very much be a possibility that he did just let this slip out and wasn't really thinking when he let it slip out. He was just naming random transformations and not necessarily, thinking of what transformations that he was naming. But he did start off saying Super Saiyan 4, so that I'm not entirely sure why he would say Super Saiyan 4 right off the rip when it wasn't even confirmed at all for the game. But either way, if this is included in Dragon Ball Sparking Zero and he's saying how he's already recorded dialogue for the game, I would not expect the Dragon Ball GT character roster to be incorporated in DLC. I would expect it to be included in the base game in itself, mainly because I don't understand why they would have him start recording DLC dialogue for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero so early, especially for maybe a character roster that they don't plan to release anytime soon. Either way, I could be wrong about that. I'm not entirely sure. Again, take everything that's being said here with a grain of salt. We have absolutely no idea if he actually meant what he said, and above that, we have no idea if it's going to be incorporated in DLC or in the base game. But either way, I think this is very exciting. I think what he's saying is true, and I don't think we have any reason to doubt that Dragon Ball GT characters will not be in Sparking Zero. I'm pretty sure that it's safe to assume that they will be in Sparking Zero, especially if this is a revamp off of the Budokai Tenkaichi series. But I don't know. That's all I have here for today, folks. Let me know what y'all think about all of this down here in the comment section below. Let me know the rest of the characters that you would be hyped or excited to see to be included in Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.